Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mark from Wandering Souls, back at you with a new collection update. I've got some CDs to show you, all Japanese music. Um, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section down below. Um, Picked a bunch up from CD Japan and a couple from Seasons of Mist. Let me just see where to go. Let's start off with this stuff from CG Japan. First one up is an album that I wanted to grab for a while. This is Shoyo with Masquerade Show. This is the band's first album. Um, One of the earlier all-female hard rock bands from Japan. Yeah, really nice hard rock album. Definitely has a bit of that 80s sound. The guitar sound is a bit thinner, but overall it's really nice keyboard lines. Good vocal from Kaiko. Yeah, I really enjoyed spinning this album. Different kind of tunes as well, some more ballady songs and more faster songs. Probably my favorite song on this is Actor, which is a really nice up-tempo rocker. Overall, really nice album from 1985. This is of course a reissue done by let's see, this is I think Universal and another label combined together. But anyways, it comes of course with the OB. Let's take it out to show you guys a bit. So it comes with the OB of course, which is containing this all stuff. So really nice OB here. Of course, the CD itself here is the front cover with a nice piano or clown or whatever you want to call it on the front, and then you have the CD itself, which is plain simple. And then we have the booklet, which is not much to it, something like this, and then we have a fold out thing inside there. Let's see if I can get it all open for you guys. And here are the girls. And I think there's some lyrics or something. And then there's that clown again on the other side. So yeah, really nice. Really enjoyed this album. Definitely looking forward to pick up some more. Show you. I have now a couple of albums and I really enjoy it. But I would definitely want to pick up more from the early career. This is more in the hard rock vein. Definitely that 80s sound. I also have the latest one. That's a more power metal album. So there's a bit of contrast in those time frames. But overall, they got a bit heavier nowadays. Let's put it that way. But yeah, fantastic bands. Funny enough to see three Mickeys in the band. So it's kind of confusing if you want to shout out to one, hey Mickey, which one will respond. But anyways, I think they probably will have nicknames for each other, so to make it easier probably. Yeah, great album. But I have the Queendom. I think is a better album. That's also one I have. But yeah, still really nice songs. I like the diversity, and it definitely has that 80s sound. And yeah, I love 80s music, so for me, is that not a problem? But yeah, Shoya, all-female band from Japan. Probably one of the first all-female bands. 5-piece. Yeah, nice stuff. Next up, I picked up Loudness with Soldier of Fortune. Of course, this is a classic. This is the band's 1989 album, I think. First one with Mike Facera on vocals. Yeah, one of their classic albums. Definitely has a bit different sound than albums prior to this. That's because of the vocal change, I think. Because Facera, of course, an American, and yeah, the band sound quite changed a bit. Of course, there is some heavy metal bangers, like the title track is fantastic, and Demon Disease is probably my favorite. This is the last track on the album. But overall, there has a bit of sound change a bit. There is definitely some hard rock or glam rock influences in here. But overall, this is a really, really decent album. Great tunes, nice vocals. Yeah, they try to make a bit more foot on the American market. I probably presume with the switch of singers. I can understand, of course, if you want to. Back in the day, it was the thing. If you are in other countries, they could understand you. It would be easier to, get foot on the ground. Japanese always have a lot of time trouble with pronunciation of the English, and but it's then better to get an American singer with the English is already good. I don't know if it's a change for the better, because I like the heavy metal stuff a bit more, but overall it's a really, really good album. The title track is also covered by Fate Gear, which is a fantastic version, by the way. But yeah, fantastic album though. Probably one of my favorites with Mike on vocals. I have another one as well on the Prowl, which is pretty decent, but I like it a bit less than this one, I have to be honest. Here's the Obi, and this reissue is done by Warner, probably. Yeah, Warner Japan. So Obi, and here is without the things, and the inside with the CD, and nothing on the back, I think. Just black. There's only some lettering here, and this probably will be remastered or remixed or whatever. And then there is lyrics to the booklet, plain simple but effective. And it's, like I said, a lot of English, but there is some Japanese in here as well, for the Japanese people, of course, to understand what the English is all about. It's just the other way around. For Europeans, most of the time, it's the other way around. Here is the band lineup at that period. So you have Minataka Higuchi on drums, Akira Takasaki, of course, on guitar, Masayoshi Yamashita bass, and Mike Viscera on vocals. And then we have another back picture in the back there, and then we have a couple of more on the other side. So, and here is the back cover. Fantastic album, definitely worth checking out. If you want to just take a look into the Mike Viscera era, just try this album. It's definitely the most recommended one from the albums they released with him. Of course, he's not in the band anymore, so they go back to the early 80s sounds again. But overall, great album. Soldier of Fortune by Loudness. Then I picked another album up from 5X. You guys saw me in the final video to pick up the Human Target album. It's a fantastic album, great vocalist, great guitar player. This is a live album called Live X, which is just recorded after the Human Target period. So it's probably they released the same year or the year after, that same era. I think they released one more studio album after this, as Carmen Maki's 5X. And then that was the band. Carmen Maki went to do something different. Anyways, fantastic live album, great hard rock. There's definitely elements of heavy metal in here, like the first two songs. The first one is definitely has a kind of Iron Maiden rhythm with the bass and drum lines. Definitely that Clive Burr era feel to it in the first song. Great guitar work, also definitely And then the fantastic voice of Carmen Maki. She definitely has a lot of volume, has a great presence, a great charisma. Um, and definitely one of the really interesting vocalists. She started in the end of the 60s, 69 I think, as a folk rock singer. But at least a couple of things, and then after legal things and stuff like that, she kind of switched to rock and made in 79 a hard rock album. Don't recall the name of that one, but I want to pick up that one as well as a solo thing. And after that she formed this heavy metal band 5X and released a couple of albums like I said, and it's fantastic stuff. That vocal, they call her the Janet Joplin of hard rock and heavy metal. I can understand why. There's so much volume and personality to her voice that it's definitely, if you hear her, it's that, hey, that's Carmen, you know, Carmen. She was born of American descent and Japanese descent. Her father was American and her mother was Japanese. But yeah, fantastic singer. Definitely, only to hear her voice she perform is already one thing, and of course Yours Azuma's guitar work is phenomenal. But it's a really diverse album. After the second track is a more punk song. I have to feel to it again, 70s punk riff going on. Then a slow song, and then the ballad Easy Come, Easy Go. I think that's a song from herself, if I'm correct. It's more so it sounds different than the other material on this album. More calm, more ballady. But if you are a rocker and metal lover, then check out definitely the first two tracks, and the tracks Moving On, Tokyo Rock and Rollers, and Motorcycle City. Those are the tracks you will enjoy. Fantastic tracks. Let's take off the plastic sleeve so you can take a look better at the artwork and stuff. First of all, there is the Obi, and a lot of funny of those, all those old reissues from the releases from all the old albums. They were damn cheap, like 6 or 7 euros. You can see it here, 1100 yen, that's like 6 euros something. That's ridiculously cheap. The yen is such a low rate right now. If you want to get advantage of it, buy stuff now, because the yen is really low. I think 100 yen is 61 cents or something, euro cents, so it's ridiculously low. So yeah, live act, here's the back cover without the Obi, and plain simple CD again. This is a simple reissue, but it doesn't matter to me. And the booklet is really simple, plain white on the inside, but there is an extra booklet in there with pictures and some lyrics on the other side. But fantastic live album. I definitely recommend it, guys, if you haven't discovered this band yet. Carmen Maki and the band 5X is not a lot of talk about. I don't know why that is, because it's such a phenomenal act. It's a long forgotten gem, let's put it that way. This band definitely is some great stuff from the 80s, and 5X is definitely a band to dive into. Although the discography is not big, that makes it easier to get old, let's put it that way. And I think they have done a reunite concert in the 2010s or something, I don't know. Probably for the 30 years anniversary or something, 2013. I think there's also a DVD from that, but that's a bit harder to obtain, bit pricier. But all the first 3 albums, the 2 studio and live albums, should be easy to come by. So I have 2 of now, then I have only need to grab Carmen Maki's 5X, and then I'm complete. So yeah, great stuff, guys. Go check it out. Then I picked a couple of reissues from Earthshaker. Let's take up the first one first. This is Midnight Flight. This is the band's third album from 1984. Great hard rock, heavy metal bands. And here is the Obi. And this is a really nice reissue by Kings, I think. King Records, yes. Really nice, colorful Obi. This is the band's third album. Like I said, it's a fantastic album. Really love to spin this. Definitely 80s sounding, but there's a lot of stuff from the 80s artists. Definitely the original Nexus logo here on the CD. It's really cool. I think Nexus was the first thing. And there's a big write-up in Japanese as well inside the booklet. One of their classic albums from the earlier days. I have now a lot of from their Until Overrun. I need their live album and the 1987 release, I think, and then I have them all from the 80s. Or do I miss? I think they released in 1989 also an album, if I'm correct. They really released a lot of stuff in the 80s, let's put it that way. I really love how the cover goes further here. Really recognizable cover. Fantastic album, definitely worth owning. So Midnight Flight. And then I have from 1988 I have the Smash album, which album is, I have not dived into deep yet, but people say this is a bit one of the least favorites from the 80s. Don't know why it is. I haven't listened to it enough to confirm that exactly. As you guys can see, 1,000 yen for an album, $6. Can't go wrong. Smash 1988 album. Lonely Thinker, Thinker at One Night, and Pierrot. I like those two tracks so far. So, but we'll see how the rest is developed. And there is a couple of Japanese titles as well on here. And I love the little final single look to this CD. And there is a booklet as well with the lyrics. It's a bit of the least known period, but you'll see how this falls out. Probably will enjoy this. Again, great band. So yeah, good stuff. Whew. Last one from CG Japan, which I picked up. This is the blue spec version of the self-titled album from Anthem. And Anthem is a heavy metal band from the 80s. Still active though, released so long, last year or the year before that, I think. It's a fantastic album. I think it was for 2023, which is a phenomenal album to pick up. Nucleus, the album prior that was also fantastic. So this band is still going strong. This is the Nexus Blue Spec CD reissue, 1,300 yen. I love the way they price their CDs, so it's straight on the Yomi. First album from the band. This is from 1984 or 5, I think, in that era. Fantastic band. Can't go wrong with this. If you want to grow great quality or hard rock, heavy metal, and you can't go wrong with Anthem. Great band. Definitely an album that is really recommended from these guys. It's definitely one of the better ones. Big write up here, all in Japanese. I'm learning Japanese, so I recognize a few characters, but not by any means to read the whole story. Hiragana and katakana has each 200 symbols, and kanji even 2,000. So I'm still long not there. It will take me years probably. But there is some English in here as well with the lyrics. So that's great. Great reissue for a really nice price. If you want to obtain a good album for a decent price from Japan, this is definitely a good one to pick. You have to be into the 80s heavy metal sound to appreciate it. It's definitely different than all those modern bands. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of that 80s stuff in here actually. But fantastic release, Anthem. Definitely worth owning. Then I picked up a couple of J-Rock and J-Metal CDs from Season of Mist again. After the first order I got a discount code, so I thought let's use it again, and I picked a couple of things up. First one was a band that I was not really familiar with. It's a band from Japan, of course. This is a Visual K band, so it's a band that mixes up genres a bit. Was active from like 7 or 8 years in the early 2000s. So they quit in 2008, I think. The singer went on going solo, and 2 members of the band, the guitar player and the drummer, went into Kyo, which is a side project from Kyo from Duran Gray. So they have landed in a great all-star band. But this band is no longer anymore. It is Rentrer en Soi, which is this band. And again, an OB here. This is an old, definitely an old version, because when I got this and I felt at the shrink, it definitely felt old. So it's laying down around in the warehouse for a long time. But finally, this idiot picked it up. Visual K, so they mixed up genres. There is some goth, there is some new metal in here, there is some hints of metalcore, and some other things as well. Some punky things. It is definitely a different kind of mixture of genres, and it also counts for the vocals. This is the Bottom of Chaos from 2007. This is the band's 3rd album. Like I said, I was not familiar with this, but I listened to it a bit and I really enjoyed it, so I'm happy to pick this up. I need to dive my toes a bit more in that Visual K things. Comes with this photo here, and it has the lyrics for 2 bonus tracks which are on this album, and the rest of it is in the booklet, of course, which I have right here. Kind of useless page for this, I think, all black, but yeah, definitely has probably a reason. And then there's lyrics like this. Do I say that right? Yes. So, and there's a lot of ways in there, and it's a pretty thick booklet, I have to say. More lyrics. And then we have this page, some credits and things, and really small pictures. And here are the dudes' names, and then there's a black page again. I quite enjoyed it. I'm still in the process of absorbing it more, so I can't tell if I love it. But it's a start, and we'll see where this goes. If I want to, yeah, I need to spend more time with this. It's definitely for sure. There are the guys again, and definitely has that Visual K look to them. But yeah, interesting band nonetheless, and kind of a mockery cover here with that Jesus figure, or what is it? But yeah, anyways, the Bottom of Chaos, well, Rentrer en Soi, a French band name. It's kind of translate to enter yourself in yourself, something like that. But yeah, it was a band I was not familiar with. It was released on, there's a label on there. but I can't read it. The Ganshin is the label on this. They release a lot of Visual Kei stuff in Europe and stuff like that. So, but it was distributed by Season Mist back in the day, and they still had it in stock. So, yeah, it probably doesn't have that sold that many copies. Anyways, next up, Reno with Dreamer. And now I needed to pick up. Reno was, of course, the ex-singer of Eldius. This is the JPU version, of course, so without an OB and all the things. Great soft vocal, great. Can sing definitely different genres on this album. This album definitely fits more her voice, in my opinion, than the Eldius material. This was released in 2022. Do I say that right? Somewhere, I think. Anyways, an album I love to spin. It's kind of variation on there. There's poppy things, there's punky things, there's metal things. There's a lot of variety, and it definitely is more written to her voice in a way. With Eldius, always had the idea that the musicians came up with the music, some great power metal, and then she had to do the vocalize over it. They fit. Don't get me wrong. It's her work in Eldius is great, but I think some singers that came after her did fit it a bit better for their voice. But that's my rough opinion. I don't want to bash Reno because she's a good singer. But she left doing health reasons in the band, and yeah, they went on. So I wonder if she's gonna release another album. This way it was a good start as a solo thing, and I really love spinning this CD here, and then we have this in the back, and of course as an JPU Records we have an English translation booklet in here. The first thing I come across here, and there's of course the official booklet. If I can get it out, with her on the cover, and of course on the back cover another picture, and then inside with the track titles and another picture. And the Reno is definitely composing with a lot. Yes, you guys could read it close up there on the songs. Of course there are lyrics in Japanese, and there is a single from here that is Replay. So if you want to check out a song from this album, I don't want to say that is the exact great track to compile the whole album, because the album is so diverse. There's another single called Forget Me Not, which is a way different single, and then you have more tracks with lyrics, and then there is You Go Your Way, also another single. Cool to see that they added that to the booklet. And Get Over It is also a single. So there are four singles from this album. And then in the back you have the credits with all the musicians who did guitar and bass and drums, etc, etc. So if you are interested, you can read this here and pause the video, then you can have an idea. So yeah, really diverse album. Yeah, great stuff, pop, rock, punk, heavy metal. There's definitely things in there. It makes it a variety on mishmash of genres, and sometimes that's really fun to listen to, not only stick to one genre. But the song definitely fit her voice really nicely. They chose the songs nicely, let's put it that way. Reno with Dreamer. And the last one was also a bit harder to get nowadays. This was the release PassCode, Libris PassCode. This is a kind of a compilation, a European compilation of the early material. If you're not familiar with this is kind of electronic J-pop meets metal. That's what you get here. So there's some pop music in there, a lot of electronics, and there is some metal with a shouty scream vocal to it, done by one of the girls, of course, because it's still kind of an idol idea. But I was not super familiar with this material, but it's not super different than the newer ones. Of course, the new music is better produced and stuff like that. It's definitely a different production sounds, but it's still really good. Here are some. Here's a picture of one of the girls. She has a sweet, innocent face, I have to say. More lyrics. Here was another girl, and then we have more lyrics, and then we have the whole band here. We are all the girls. And then we have more lyrics. Another picture. And more stuff. And the last member is here. And the members are Naomi, Minami, Kade, Fukushima, Yuna, Imada, and Inako Ogami. These are the members, and here are all credits and things. And here are, look at their names. So, interesting collection. A lot of songs, 15, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. There's a lot of stuff on here. Yeah, nice GPU version. I think this album is a bit hard to come by, so I was really glad that Season of Mist had it, and so I have now 2 PassCode albums. Also have Clarity, which is really nice, which, like I said, is a bit better produced in volume and things. So nonetheless, nice addition as well to the Japanese music collection. So 9 CDs to have talked about it. I will name the albums in the description in case you are thinking of checking some of these artists out. And yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are, what you think of these bands. Are you more from the 80s or more for the modern stuff? Yeah, just let me know. I will keep on collecting Japanese stuff, of course, when I come across something, a good deal or whatever, or I might pick things up again. Of course, I need to check out some more modern albums that came out lately, so I will do that. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy this all new additions to the collection. Thank you all for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me in a way, just hit the like button or the subscribe button, or you all know how it works. If you are subscribed, don't forget the bell, because then you get all the updates, all the videos from this channel. I wish you a great day, guys. Whatever you're gonna do. Yeah, more of the things to come. Keep collecting, keep doing the things with reaction videos and etc. And I also have some gigs plans in the future. Of course, there's some baby metal gig. There's the Warning gig, and I might attend some festivals, etc. So there will be more in that vein as well. I'm also thinking visiting Fate Gear again, so I wonder how that will turn out. I need the car for that because it's a bit hard to get to from public transport. You get to the station there, but it's hard to get to the venue from that area. So it's a bit the other side of that town, city actually. Anyways. We'll see how it all falls out. If you see something in that things, and you know what happens. Yeah, thank you all for joining, and see you guys next video. As always, thank you.